Bum, 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 bum.
Be on my side, I'll be on your side. There is no reason for
Hey, what's up, Tom? How are you, man?
it's so hard
Can you hear me?
staying here alone. When you could be
And can you hear my backing band?
she could drag me over the rainbow.
I'm going to show some stuff, Tom. Nothing too spectacular. Oh, wait a second. Is making do the dishes? Yes, we can. Mrs. Cooter is making do the dishes. Now, we talked about communication, and I don't know what you're trying to communicate there, my friend. Unless that's how you people talk over there. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Making you do the dishes. Okay. Use your words, buddy. Eric Perry, I love these things. You're probably like me. Perhaps you dabbled in the puzzles back in the day. I've given up and just decided I bought all 17 of them in bulk. Um, yeah, I bought all 17. Um, obviously, we have Spawn and Cobb, right? Let's see what else I can find here. Told the first puzzle was 1982 Babe Ruth. This is the Babe Ruth right here. Number one, Ichiban, as they say in Japan, 1982. Hey, Don, what's up, man? Gonna put some puzzles together here. Ty Cobb was number two in 1983. Tyrus. Mickey Mantle was also 1983. Let's see if we can find a Mickey Mantle puzzle. Scream it out if you know which one it is. There it is. 1983 Mickey Mantle. 1984 Don Ross was Duke Snyder. Duke Snyder puzzle. Shouldn't be that hard, right? Says Duke Snyder right there. Ted Williams was a 1984 Don Ross Action All Stars puzzle. Struggling with that one, folks. I may have been snubbed on that. Lou Gehrig is 1985 Don Ross. I have no reference for that. Let's see if I can reload something here. Oh, there we go. Oh, still nothing. Ding, 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 ding. I've got the Stan Musial done, and I've got the Willie Stargell done. A couple of these are in. Now that's Neil Young, Down by the River, Don. Yeah, it is hard to believe they had rubber bands. Anyway, I got these puzzles 17 of them I bought for $30. I got sick of I got puzzles and puzzle pieces galore back there. Hey Zach, what's up? So I have 17 puzzles. I immediately wanted to put them together, but I decided to wait because I accumulated some things here. And I showed a couple people this. This is the bag it came in. I think it's 28 stamps. Alabama's represented, Alaska, Connecticut, and Idaho. There's a Norman Rockwell painting, and then the rest are saddle shoes. No offense to you folks out there in the Midlands, but this is definitely Middle America here. Saddle shoe thingamajobbers. Yeah, Stargell, Yaz. I have most of the Yaz. I know there's a Crew, there's a Spawn. Did not know about the Yogi. I know there's a Henry Lewis. Hey, this shows you how smart I am. They're all written on the back. Here's the Crew. Here's the there's two Rod Carews apparently. It's a Killebrew, right? This is Baseball Great Moments. Willie Stargell, I have that. Don, this is yours if you want it. I have this put together already, so I could send that out to you if Yins wants it. Hank Aaron, of course. Love Hank Aaron. Here's the Yogi right here. So this is the Yogi. Has a Y on it. And a B. Tell me I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Stan the Man, that's yours too if you want, Don. I think I have plenty of those. We'll see. Roberto Clemente, you're not getting this one. Yeah, other than that, I think we're good. All right, so let's talk about some other pickups we got here. Talk about 80s Donruss all day if you want, but that gets old fast. And if you don't have Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere by Neil Young and Crazy Horse, go get some of that, would you? Here's the Ted Williams. And there's the Lou Gehrig. All right. Enough of that, right? Who likes Mike Schmidt? I love Mike Schmidt. 2013 Topps Chasing History Mike Schmidt card. Buy what you want. This card's probably worth $1, but I love it. Reggie Jackson, 2001 Upper Deck Hall of Famers Gallery. Yeah, two Carews and two Williams. I didn't know that. Boom slang. Thank you, Mickey. Sorry about that. Reggie, and then 2022 Theodore Samuel Williams, the greatest hitter of all time. 2022. Welcome to the show. How do you like this? 1969 Topps decal. Carl Yastrzemski. That was a recent pickup. I talked about Wonder Bread last week or this week. This is 26 out of 20, 26 out of 30. And 26 out of 30. Now, kind of a tough thing, these cards like this, right? Because you can't go to a card show expecting to finish your 1974 Wonder Bread set. So these have to be mail order things, I imagine. They just aren't laying around. So 4 more of those to go. Our boy Mike O runs a sale often enough. I think you guys should all go try to. Hey, Mark, how are you, man? I think you guys should all try to hit that if you want. I'm fascinated right now with the 2021 Platinum Anniversary cards, Chrome cards. I know I'm disappointing everybody. Let's listen to Cowgirl in the Sand while we're doing this, huh? Okay. So the 2021 Platinum Anniversary Chrome, got myself a Don Drysdale. I got these off of Mike O's. He does his Mike O's card shop. I don't know what nights they are, but you should go hit them up if you want to get some cool cards. He does some vintage stuff every now and then. These guys are great, though. Greg Lazinski. Got 52 Duke Snider. I actually have the 52 Duke Snider, so it's neat to see that this many years later in Chrome. Thurman. The only rule I have with him is when he has a big stack, I said just no modern players. So he sends me everything else. Richie Ashburn, I have the 52 Ashburn. Looks nothing like that. Lou Brock. This one he threw in there, Barry Larkin. I don't know why I bought that. I'm not a big Barry Larkin guy, but whatevs. Joe Morgan is in there. Tony Perez. Robin Roberts, as I say, probably the most underrated Philly. Enos Country Slaughter. Probably says root instead of route. Steve Carlton from Mars. He's a Martian. Here's Cal Ripken. Looks different than his 52 tops, that's for sure. Here you go, Don. Stan, the man usual. Was not on the 52 tops, I believe. Johnny Bench, I consider him the greatest catcher of all time. Greatest third baseman of all time, Michael Jack Schmidt, deserves to be there. The greatest hitter of all time, Ted Williams. The biggest SOB of all time, but I love him, Ty Cobb. Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, and the greatest living baseball player, Willie Mays. So got all those. I bought those from Mike. It's one of those things where you should probably turn off where you're going to buy too much stuff. So I bought all those. I got this 65 Mel Stottlemyre World Series card. Sucker for these things. Of course, he pitched in 64 against the San Luis Cardinals. Threw a 7-hitter shutout. No-hit Flood. He no-hit Brock, and he no-hit Bill White. And he no-hit Ken Boyer. So, yeah, put that on the list of things there. I'm sure most of you guys might have that already, but cool card. And our boy might go through this in. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So here's a note. It said, John, appreciate, you can't read that, but it said, appreciate the support, might go, and he threw this in for me. 2020 tops, T206 Yastrzemski. It's a 9. Not sure if there's a market for these out there for a non-Yaz guy, but he just threw that in. I was wondering what happened. The bag was packed like it was going to Mars to see Steve Carlton, and I hadn't ordered a slab, but a slab came. So a nice little T206 Yaz graded by SGC. I really appreciate that, Mike. Go hit his thing up, because I buy from him every now and then. I buy from him most times I'm there, so love it. Couple 1964 non-cards. These are the coins, Topps coins. One is the 64 Yastrzemski, and one is the 64 All-Star Yastrzemski. First ever purchase from Dean's Cards. Dean's has a reputation for being very, 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 very expensive, but these weren't too bad. I think it was like $3 or something. So coin there. Coin from a separate guy I bought that from. They're not in great shape, but boy, imagine the damage cards do when you drop them, but coins, imagine coins bumping into each other, bumping uglies, all that stuff. Last video, I believe I showed my first 65 tops embossed. Sorry about that. And I got my second one, and of course, it's Carl Yastrzemski. It's a 4-5 from Beckett, 65 embossed. This is card number 1. Been wanting that for a very, very long time, so I'm glad I got that. So the next card is also is an SGC, and this is a card that I don't have grails, right? I don't believe in grails. I believe in you get the card you want. Don't pine over something. Just put it on your list, and eventually you'll run into your forever card for whatever you want. Hey, Herman, how are you? So yeah, Don, you've been on his thing. I've seen you on there. So my local, I have my hit list that I draw up every year, and I'm almost through this year's hit list. I pretty much did last year's hit list. So this year's hit list had like Bench's rookie on it. Still have the 33 Lefty Grove to get. I got a 34 instead, right, at the National. Some other cards on there, but this one's been on there for a while, and my LCS had it, but my LCS is mostly a modern guy, and he had it in a BCCG. It was a BCCG 3, and I don't like BCCG, right? And I would have to re-slab it or crack it, get it out of there, and not even know what I have in there anyway, because I don't again, don't trust BCCG. It's a colleague that for a year I've been working on purchasing a collection that he came into from just out of pure luck. It isn't his; it's a neighbor's. Has this card as well, and this would have been the centerpiece for me. What I was really after. Anyway, it falls into my whole thing about don't have a Grail card, just let them find you. And this was the 58 World Series foes. It's a 2, right? Uh, but it's actually a really good shape. Doesn't have any marks on it. Doesn't have any creases. It's a little OC, and it's got some soft corners. But I've always wanted this card. I've got all the Manals from 53 to 69 as far as his base cards. I don't have a lot of the other stuff yet. Got some of the All-Star cards. Hank Aaron, I have a lot of his cards. I have probably about half of his Topps run, just missing some in the early 60s. So, yeah, this card, my LCS wanted for that BCG G3. They wanted 250, and I would have probably paid him 200 for it, but I didn't have he was playing hardball, and I don't want to play hardball at this point in my life. Anyway, this popped up on Facebook the other day, $130 shipped for this. So it's kind of a entry level version or entry level example of a really kick ass card. So got that. I'm pretty happy with that. The only problem is I took all my cards to the bank today because I'm going away for a while, and it's not a. Maybe this is probably the only Mickey Mantle I have in my display case right now. Everything else is gone to the bank, so I'll keep that in the display case. Somebody wants to steal it. I guess it wasn't meant to be, but yeah, that's that. Yeah, Mark, I'm again, like I went back and forth. I looked at that. I went into that LCS probably for the last 6 months, probably 10 times looking at that card, and I have it in my hand each time. And I just $250. I wasn't going to pull the trigger. I tried to get it as part of a huge deal, but he straight up retail prices, which I feel like a lot of modern LCSs or dealers are. It just feels like the comps are the Bible and all that junk. So. Heck with that. And then it fell into my lap, right? $130 fell into my lap. So, and it's a guy I think I bought from before. This is a great card. I believe, yeah, it's got Yankee Stadium in the background with all the pennants and all that stuff from the World Series. And how many times, these guys only played each other in All-Star games and a couple World Series. I think 57 and 58. Maybe somebody can correct me, but I think the Braves played in the Yankees again in 58. But just a cool card. One of those things, one of those things. So that's that. I'm going to put some puzzles together eventually. I don't know whether anybody's seen this. I'm sure I posted it on Twitter. The Pink Floyd Panini from 1972, man. Oh gosh, there's a guy, Rob, that watches / listens, and we talk via instant message, and he just shows me this. He sends me a picture of this. His dad, hopefully he doesn't mind me saying this. Rob's dad was in a band called Sugarloaf. He was the bass player in Sugarloaf, and so Rob turned me on to this. But his was like an 8. He was showing me. Well, it wasn't his. The one he was looking at was like an 8. So I got this. It's a 72 Panini Pink Floyd. And if you know anything about Pink Floyd, 72 is the year it started coming together. Metal, and the Metal is a phenomenal album, and they were working on Dark Side, obviously. So this is right around this time Metal came out, which is like I said, a great album, and Dark Side. Green Eyed Lady, Mark. Yeah, you're right. So Rob shows me an 8. It's like $800, and this 5 was on there for $200. I found it on eBay, and I said, I'm in, man. So Cantanti 72, card number 258. I'm going to read the back. No, I'm not, because it's in Italian. So it's Panini, right? It's a Panini card. And then the other day, I think last night, he's 2 hours behind. I wake up in the morning, and he sends me these pictures. There was a Neil Young one, and then there was a Sugarloaf one from his with his dad on it, which is pretty cool. So he's got a Panini card with his dad on it from the band Sugarloaf. The only problem with that card and the Neil card is they're horizontal cards. So, but this Pink Floyd is I know I showed it on Twitter, but man, it's so cool to have a Pink Floyd card. I was 54 years old when I realized there was Pink Floyd cards out there. So, yeah. What else I got? I don't have anything. So, yeah, that's my pickups lately. Going to put some puzzles together eventually, and I'm messing. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do. Hang individual frames or just one big frame with all of them on there, which would be pretty cool. So, yeah, so that's that. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. Have a great Thursday night. It's trash night here in Pennsylvania. So put your trash cans and recycling out tonight. And have a great night. All right. Check you later.